Megan, it's Christina from Sunshine and Flora. So I am in the peak of planting season. It is mid-May. I've got a lot going on. So this video will probably take place over the next few days. I'm just gonna set the camera up as I work and plant my plugs and seedlings and whatever else I get to. So let's head out to the garden. The first thing I'm gonna work on planting are some snapdragons. These are plug trays that I got from Farmer Bailey forever ago. Part of them are in the hoop house, part of them are in the garden. They're looking really good, but they need to get planted. So let's head out and plant those first. All right, so I'm over in the new garden area that we added last year, and this is where I'm working today. So right now I've got some dianthus up. This was actually planted last year, late summer, and I thought it would bloom in the fall, and it didn't. And I have been harvesting off of it. It is awesome. So then next to that is this area where I'm working on planting the snapdragons. These holes were actually planted last year with, I don't know, something. But I'm working on getting everything planted. So I have, this is one of my trays of Farmer Bailey snaps. And you can see, look how root bound those are. So when I plant them, I actually just kind of, this is hard to do one-handed, I break up the bottom of it just so it's not so root bound, and then that gives the roots a chance to kind of go down into the soil. So this is what I'm doing. I'm putting my dibber down in the hole, moving it around, just making a hole for my plug to go into. We just had a bunch of rain, and so the soil is nice and soft, pretty much. Okay, so bust up the bottom a little bit, and then all I have to do is just pop them down in the hole. So I think I'm gonna break these up quick. There we go, just a little bit, and then pop them in the hole. It's literally that fast. Then, just to amend the soil, you can see this is a little darker. I have some really nice topsoil here with compost, and all I'm doing is putting a little bit around each one. And topping them off. Just to cover the plant, give it a little bit of nutrition. All right, that is done. So now I have a few of these left, but I also have a lot of seedlings left. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go get my torch and I'm gonna start burning holes down and finish the rest of this row. Okay, good morning. It's the next day. I'm out here getting started planting again. I got an okay amount done yesterday, but the really exciting thing that happened was working on my greenhouse. Now, my dad came up yesterday and we have been trying to figure out how to repair it. I think I posted in one of my last videos that it had taken a hit from some storms. So back in March, we had a blizzard. That was the first hit. Then a few weeks ago, we had some really severe thunderstorms. I'm talking like 60 to 70 miles per hour wind. I'll put a picture up on the screen. The roof blew off. It had no roof. It was looking so sad. But yesterday my dad came up, we worked on it most of the day, and here is how good it is looking. Oh my gosh, you guys, look how good it is looking. Now, this is built so good, it is not going anywhere. If you guys have ever bought these greenhouses, they're not the sturdiest, and I should have known better when I bought it. Let's walk around the other side. Oh, I absolutely love it. Now, the side panels will be replaced, of course. I have plenty of those on hand. We've got some wood reinforcement on the front, but I just absolutely love how it looks. Now, none of this lumber we had to purchase. All of this wood was actually in the basement of the building that I bought for the retail shop. So this is old decking. It's treated lumber, it's old decking. And then underneath it, it's reinforced with 2x4s. And let me tell you, this is built sturdy. It's not going anywhere. And as far as the panels, we're gonna be mounting these UV protectant 4mm panels on the front, and then there will be nice wood stripping over top of the seams, so it will have a very nice finished look. I am just so happy with how it turned out. So here's a view standing back a little farther. So I have all my raised beds right here in front. I've got a couple more leading up to the front of it. This is going to be such a cozy area. I'm just so happy with how it turned out, and I am so happy to finally not have to worry about it falling apart or the panels blowing out. It's going to be so much better. So anyway, enough about what we got done yesterday. I didn't set the camera up. Honestly, I kind of forgot about it, but let's run over to the bed I was working on yesterday. I did get 300 holes burned, and I want to for sure get those filled this morning. I ended up shortening the hours on the store today. So I just spent the last hour doing bookkeeping, of course, but I have 3 hours now to see how much planting I can get done before I have to go over and open the retail shop. All right, so we're gonna grab my bucket of supplies. I don't need my torch right now, but I need my dibber. I've got some topsoil in case I need it. Oh, and my kneeling pad. Let me run this, oh my gosh, it's so dirty. Let me run this out to the garden bed and then we'll go grab the plants. It is so nice and sunny and warm this morning. We're finally past the rainy patch, I think. Okay, so here are all of my seedlings that are left to plant. Lots of snapdragon, lots of straw flower, other miscellaneous things. These are some perennials I started. Look at the leaves on this columbine. Might need some fertilizer. That one anyway. They look good. I've got a couple feverfew, couple echinacea. Let's take this tray of snapdragons first. All right, so this is another stretch that I got done yesterday. I ended up burning another row over here, so I need to fill that in because I realized I could use a little more space and I like things to be straight and even. But when I got done planting this, I went ahead and burned all these holes. There's 300 some, just so they're ready for snapdragons. So snapdragons, I give 4-inch spacing, so that is what is spaced on these, and I think that's the amount of snapdragons I have left to plant. When I'm done with these, I will assess what's gonna go in next and then burn the holes for my spacing from there. So I'm just gonna get going and see how fast I can get these planted. Now underneath of here, I did amend this before I put this fabric down this year with some really nice topsoil, compost, and biotone starter fertilizers. So these should be going in really nice soil and be very happy. So I just looked at the variety on this first tray, and these are Chantilly salmon. Oh my goodness, I'm excited to see these bloom. All right, I'm making headway. I've got 2 full trays done, and I think 2 or 3 to go, but it's going really good. This soil is nice and soft, and we're gonna be getting some sunshine the next few days, so I think these are gonna start growing really fast. Here's the tray I'm planting next. It is orange, yellow, and another kind of orange. I have some orange here, I have Chantilly, salmon, yellow, and then along the edge, just to fill that row, I have the Potomac Royal. Okay, snapdragons are done. So the snapdragons start here. Then I hit my dianthus that was planted last year, which I need to harvest some of this today. And then the snapdragons start up again and keep going and going and going and going till here. Now, clearly I burned enough holes. I need something with 4-inch spacing to fill in here. Next week, I'm getting another shipment of plugs from Farmer Bailey, and I know I have bupleurum in there. Now I have a spot for bupleurum in my other garden, but I don't think it's quite big enough, and that's 4-inch spacing. That's how I like to plant it. So I think I'm gonna save this little patch and fill in with bupleurum there. So now the question is, what do I do next? I have a little more room to plant here, but I think what I'm gonna do, this is gonna get tilled up this weekend. This is open area for sunflowers. I've got this big row here. This is 9-inch spacing. Last year, most of this was all zinnias, but I did have other things in this area, and I need to clean it out in the fall, because this is what happens if you don't clean it out till spring. I think what I'm gonna do right now is just work on cleaning out this stretch, and I'm gonna start planting my straw flower here, because I really need to get that in the ground, and these holes are burned. It's partially cleaned. I think this could be my quickest project. And then what else that I have open here can be filled with gomphrena. I really think celosia is gonna end up in the hoop house. And then I have another big patch over here that will be all zinnias. But I definitely do want some zinnias over here, but I think I'm gonna just get the straw flower planted in this area first. I wanted to go pretty heavy on straw flower this year for dried flowers. It's definitely hardened off. It has been for a couple weeks. So I think this is what I'm gonna do next. Okay, you guys, it's actually a different day. I got quite a bit planted out in the garden with the snapdragons and the straw flowers that I want to run out and show you. And then I also want to show you the next project that I'm going to be starting out in the garden. But I'm working in the storefront today, as you can see. Can you guys see behind me? Looks like spring in here. I've been working on houseplants, but I did just want to give you one sneak peek at a bunch of the garden shirts that I have listed on the website. They're perfect for summer. So right now online, I have all these really fun garden shirts. All I need is more flowers. Support your local farmer. These are all handmade, hand printed, very close to my home here, only an hour away in South Dakota. Here's gardener t-shirts. I've got plant lady. And also a lot of the garden supplies that I have in store is all available on the website. So check it out. Okay, let's head back outside into the garden. Okay, so the snapdragons over here, I already showed you guys, and they are looking really great, but this is what I got planted yesterday. This is a big, long strip of straw flower. These are placed 9 inches apart, and I got them all planted. I am so excited. They go all the way down to my garden bag down there, and boy, that feels really good to have in. Okay, let's head over by the daffodils. I want to show you the next project I'm working on. All right, so the next project is over here where my daffodils are growing, and I need to prep this for planting pumpkins, which I only need to clear a spot every 3 foot, but this foliage needs taken care of. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take it where I wanna plant a pumpkin, I'm gonna kind of twist it together, and staple it down to create some openings. That way, and some people braid them, but I'm just gonna landscape staple them. That way the foliage stays intact. It will die back and feed nutrients into the ground for next year's crop. I think it'll work. It'll get things out of the way so I can get my pumpkins planted, which I need to do this weekend. So I'm going to see how this goes, and I'll set the camera up as I attempt to do this. Yeah, that's gonna work. Then I'll amend the soil and put the pumpkins about here. And I did the one next to it too. And then the pumpkins can sprout here. And of course they'll vine out and just take over. These will be dyed back in a couple weeks. See, then I can also pile a whole pile of compost here and plant right in the center. Yep, that's gonna work. However, I really need to pull these self-seeded sunflowers too. That's gonna work. Okay, so it's another day, and the last thing I want to tape and show you guys on this video is just plugging in some Rudbeckia in a little empty space that I need to fill. So I've got this little spot right here next to all my status, and I ended up putting some Rudbeckia in the back. So I have about 12 to 15 spots left right in this area, and I have some Goldilocks Rudbeckia left. So I thought I would pop this in this area that uses this up and fills this up. So that's gonna do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing this marathon multi-day planting session. Stay tuned for a lot more, of course, this growing season. The next video you guys should see is my pumpkin planting. So watch for that in a few days. We'll see you in the next video.